And good morning, it's day 2 of Roses. This is Good Morning Roses. My name is Joel Mitchell. She is Sari Hampapur. And here we are. What a massive day of sport. Today's the big one for points, isn't it, Siri?
Yes,
so what's the score so far?
So far, it's 45 to York and
Yes.
36 to Lancaster.
But it can all change,
score,
though.
It was the basketball
It's
yesterday.
the basketball. What a night. We'll chat about basketball later. But I
Yep.
think, first of all, we'll have a little good morning and welcome to Roses VT.
Hello and welcome to Roses 2017.
We're here at York for this year's competition, and we're all getting ready for a massive weekend of sports, entertainment and just general fun.
The Roses media team are setting up around the whole of campus and we're really excited to give you the best footage. This afternoon we have men's and women's indoor hockey.
And in the evening is the opening ceremony. So that's going to be men's basketball, and you're going to see tons of supporters here that travel from Lancaster, here from York University, and that are supporting their teams for the evening and for the rest of the weekend. You can follow all the coverage at
roseslive.co.uk. Everything from the entire weekend is going to be there, so make sure you tune in.
Thank you for joining us today. We're back in our little glassbox studio in the UCU student building.
It's a cracking studio. Yesterday, if you were watching us in the afternoon, we had some cracking photo bombs. We had a little Skittle session going on down there. Some of my flatmates were there from the side. Yeah, great view. And we've still got the trophy, the official Roses trophy. It's the 52nd Roses event, and that's what they're competing for today. Of course, it's all across social media on hashtag Roses 2017. And welcome for the first time on the air, our social media expert for this morning, Holly Gilbert. Morning.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having me.
It's all right. It's our pleasure. So what's happening on Twitter this morning then?
So I think the main thing that we've noticed was the one by the shitty watercolour. They've actually made a little picture of our presenters here, Siri and Joel.
I'm actually really flattered by this, I'm not going to lie. I mean,
I'm
I
really
only
not.
found out about him yesterday, but I'm still really...
He's got a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Like, he's Twitter famous. I wish we got like a little
Reddit
shout
famous.
out saying go follow
Yeah,
at
Reddit
JM
famous,
Twitter.
apparently.
I'd have been happy with that.
The PewDiePie of Reddit, apparently. That's his official title.
That is, I think he's got the hair right on point, hasn't he, for you, Siri?
Yeah,
He knows.
definitely. He did my ombre
Careful about
and
mentioning my hair. I had a fresh cut for this weekend. I've had a fresh cut.
And we were saying before, the eyes, spot on, you know?
Exactly, he's got it spot on.
The eyebrows are quite aggressive on me, aren't they?
You both got interesting nose marks as well to
Yeah.
give you a character.
And there
it's
was
the
one-
necklace. He managed to get my necklace in there as well.
You had to take it off halfway through,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I had to take it
Yeah.
off yesterday.
And there was also, I know we don't have it on the screen, but there was another spoof of me with the poster.
Yeah,
Which is the
there
one
was.
across campus with the sort of the, did you catch that goal? Where's TV did? And it's me sort of folding the arms, looking rather serious. And there's a nice little lemon press, my dear friends at
Oh.
Lemon Press.
I don't
and a
think I've
lovely
seen
spoof
this-
of that.
this
Try and get it
spoof.
on later. It's not the best one. But yeah, my little mugshot is across campus. Twitter, what's going on then?
So this morning, obviously, both hashtag Roses the Red and Roses the White are quite popular. I've also the charity that we've got that we're supporting, Mind for York and Lancaster, have reminded us that they are going to be outside the Greg's place
Smashing.
until
Yes.
6. So if you're having, you're getting a bit excited or you just fancy a chit chat, then we can go see Holly Tamar at outside Greg's.
Sounds good.
I think that's so good that Roses is supporting charities as well. It's
Yeah.
such a great event. We may as well do something to give something back.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
sort of the community side that Isaac stressed. You know, there's 5
Exactly.
resource officers. Dom Smith is this community
Yeah.
and wellbeing, and he's been stressing that there is that side to it as well.
Yeah,
Because there is also
exactly.
mental health for the athletes. You know,
Yeah,
there is a lot
exactly.
of pressure
Yeah, it's
on the
10.
athletes, especially the guys at basketball last night. So it's really important that we mention
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
And on Thursday, I think we even saw some massage therapy sessions in the Student Union building. So,
Yeah.
you know, people are training hard in every aspect. For
Yeah.
Yeah,
this,
the pressure's
this
on because the
weekend.
hype on campus. We saw last night the basketball
Yeah.
was amazing. So the pressure on these athletes is something we can't relate to, really.
No.
can
No,
we?
exactly. So it's important to remember they're going to be outside there until 6. Also, we just wish Lancaster Fencing a safe journey. They're on the way, ready to compete.
Yep, drive safe, guys.
Yes.
Also, shout out to Freya McCreary. She said last night she lives 20 minutes away and could hear the scene from basketball. So all her family were getting involved.
Wow. It was loud in there, wasn't it?
It was very like we could barely hear each other, and we were stood right next to each
No.
other.
Yeah, I mean, the basketball, you were there, you were behind the
Yeah.
camera, weren't
Yeah,
you? And the
I-
atmosphere, you just can't describe
No,
it.
no, it was incredible. I couldn't hear what you two were saying,
No.
and you were right in front of me.
Yeah, you were on the camera, so it would have been good.
And I was outnumbered because you guys, there was an LA1 presenter, a
Yeah.
YSTV presenter, there were 3 people at LA1, there was me just shouting Yorkshire on my own, like, on your own. But yeah, we managed to carry it through. Any
Yeah.
basketball tweets on there?
Yeah, so Pierre Fleet mentioned that this was during the match. There was that 17 points comeback to
Yeah.
win the basketball. He said he's never seen so many limbs from upper middle class students before. So obviously we were all getting quite excited about that event.
Yeah. People were getting really into it. I mean, there
Yeah.
was cheering, a bit of jeering as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was guilty of that, I must lie. I must confess to that. And one thing I noticed that, you know, we had the coach on, didn't we, in the day, the York coach.
Yeah.
And he sat where you were, Holly. He was really chill. He was laid back on the sofa. But on the side of the pitch, he was really not at all
No.
chill at all. He was getting really
he
stressed
was
on the sideline,
really
wasn't he?
involved. I mean, Isaac was having to hold people back. I mean, some people were trying to run onto the court at one point.
Really?
And yeah, I saw Isaac having to sort of usher people back into their seats.
And we should stress, we kept saying a pitch invasion. It was
Yes.
corrected on Twitter. It is a court.
Court
We are
invasion.
aware of that. It was a court invasion. We're going to put that one to bed now.
Yeah.
Any more tweets coming through?
Yeah, also shout out to Tom Boxall, who's watching our streams all the way from New Mexico.
Wow.
He's
Wow.
Hi,
York
Tom.
alumni, and he says it's by far the best coverage he's ever seen
Oh,
of
thank you.
Roses.
Oh.
And we should actually stress, actually, you mentioned that, the effort coming in from these guys. We've got YSTV,
Yeah.
the host station, we've got LSTV, we've got LSU TV. Are they from Loughborough?
Loughborough,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of L's. Nasta, Forge TV from Sheffield, they're hosting Nasta next year. And LA1 TV, which are lucky enough to have the guys of Siri, Holly, we've got, is it Ben? Ben Wallace,
Ben
who had a
Wallace
cracking
was
time in the
here.
crowd
Yes,
yesterday.
he did.
He was just chucked into the crowd. He's like, off you go, sunshine.
He handled that
there you
so
go.
well.
Yeah, he was chucked in there. The crowd were like, nah, you're from Lancaster, we don't speak to you. The York guys were like, nah.
Yeah.
But he just carried on like a
He
pro.
did.
And Ben's on today, isn't he?
Yes,
From
he
the
will be
darts
here
at some point
later.
today.
Yeah.
Holly, this is your first Roses, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So what stands out for you?
I think just the amazing, like, you don't really, if you're not on a sports team, you don't often get the vibes of, like, feeling proud of Lancaster. But as soon as you come here, it's just everyone is so proud of their uni, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, obviously both sides think their side are amazing. Lancaster's a little bit better, but I think it's just the pride that people carry. It's the good atmosphere.
And are you on a sports team, or is it just student media that you're involved with?
No,
for
it's just the media. I'm
Yeah.
doing at Roses at the moment. Yeah, just wanted to get involved on
Yeah.
like the other side of the event.
Are you
Are you
happy
gonna-
with the decision you made?
Yes, very much so.
You're doing a
thank
cracking
you.
job. Finally, what's the hashtags to get in touch on today?
So hashtag Roses 2017 is where we'll.
And we're wanting selfies, shout
Yeah.
outs, any updates. We appreciate it, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, Holly, for now, thank you very much indeed. It's a busy all day today in terms of the events, the
Yes.
schedule. It's hard to pick. Already
hectic.
8 o'clock this morning, as it was 45-39 to York. The sailing kicks off at 8 a.m. this morning for the open first and seconds. We've had some chess this morning worth 4 points. What, chess warm up?
Chess. Oh,
How do you warm up for chess?
Mental
Do you get your
aptitude,
pawns ready,
maybe.
or
Yeah.
I don't know what you do for that.
Setting your
And we do
table.
have some live updates as well, don't we, Siri? So
Yes, we
the
do.
badminton mix score update currently taking place 4-0 to York. We're hearing from Sam Weston via the roseslive.co.uk feed that the men's rugby union thirds are warming up and it's gone straight into touch. It's a York line-out. That's the update from them just a few seconds ago. Football women's first has just kicked off. We had one result coming in so far. I think it was from hockey women's thirds, full-time, York 4, Lancaster 1, and that will start to shape the overall score. I think it's 183.5 points to actually win Roses, but there's 2 more days to go.
Exactly, and there are plenty of fixtures to be covered today. I mean, you mentioned just a few there, and we'll be in the pool today covering the swimming and the water sports. Also, the badminton's happening in the arena.
It's esports in LMB on the
Esports,
other campus. Something for everyone. Of course, all the students will be on roseslive.co.uk on YSTV. Now, we mentioned roseslive.co.uk. There was the official trailer, which was Roses Are White. Now, Comedy Sock, being the geniuses that they are, did a little spoof. Let's take a look.
The dawn glows like the glowing dawn on the 28th day of the 4th month.
Wait, do you mean the 28th of April?
Yes. Well, anyway, on that day, we will rise. An inferno will blaze. I mean, hopefully not literally. That'd be so much paperwork. When the ground begins to move.
Can you stop doing that, please?
Sorry.
We will embrace the gift of our fate. Come to the gates of hell and are not afraid.
The gates of what? The gates of... Sorry, I can't hear you. The gates of hell? The gates... Oh, fucking Jesus!
When the sky crackles, the air is charged.
Is someone there? Oh, my God. Sorry.
Vengeance will be a rose grown white. We are the light. We'll come together like flies to shit.
What a cracking spoof there from Comedy Sock, and George joins us from Comedy Sock now. George, thanks for coming in today.
That's all right. Good morning. How are you?
It's fantastic. So this is your first Roses, isn't it?
It certainly is, yes.
We'll come on to this for a second. How are you finding the whole Roses experience?
Well, honestly, because Comedy Sock has taken up a lot of time, I haven't been able to get so involved yet. But from what you've described this morning, I think today I'm going to make a concerted effort to watch more of it. But just wandering around campus, it was very much like Freshers Week. There's just a great atmosphere wherever you go. So yeah, it's wonderful.
There's a buzz, isn't there?
Yeah, certainly is.
And what motivated you as Comedy Sock to sort of get involved with Roses? Because I know in Lancaster it's mainly just the sports teams and student media that sort of have a role to play.
Yeah, certainly. Well, initially, considering the spoof, the reason we did that was because we have nothing against Roses. Roses is wonderful, as most people said.
Yeah.
But just as I'm sure anyone who's seen the original trailer may agree, it was perhaps a tad over the top.
It was intense.
It was a little bit intense, so that was our immediate motivation to take them in. But we generally, we're quite an inclusive society. We don't hate sport or anything. Plenty of us do sport sometimes. So what we're doing is we like to get involved with sort of bringing together York and Lancaster. So for example, last night we had a stand-up and improv sort of collaboration between York and Lancaster, which is sort of a bit of a change from the competitive side. And we've got another show today where we're doing a kind of panel show collaboration with Lancaster.
Okay.
So it's just a good chance that we've got external comedians who come in from the university, primarily for sport, but because they're here, we can get involved.
I just find your comment about the trailer funny, because I thought the trailer actually gave it the hype it needs.
Yes, perhaps it did, and I'm feeling like...
Because it got people talking.
It certainly did, and that got us talking, I suppose. Yes, no, there was nothing... It was a very good trailer, but basically... Any opportunity, any weakness that we spy, much like the Lemon Press, I suppose.
We should be careful.
I was
should be
thinking,
careful.
there's nothing wrong with a bit of satire.
Bit of satire.
You know.
Lemon Press, we love you.
I surely would.
So you wrote it, didn't you?
I did, yes. So I wrote,
so how did you have that initial concept, and how did you then write a script?
Well, so essentially, I took a transcript of the original trailer, and essentially, when I looked at it, the words they were saying were already so amusing that I didn't actually have to change much. So it was then basically just taking what they'd said and thinking of how we could really over the top sort of display. It was mainly a visual thing, as you'll see. So it was pretty much the original transcript. If you watch the two next to each other.
Yeah, I watched it this morning. It's the bit where she's at the desk and there's the guys under the table shaking the table, the ground is shaking.
And that's it. And that was actually the little sorry line. Well, that's our comedy sock chair. Was improvised in the moment. So that was little moments like that. Is I think what made
so you mentioned the panel. Have you got anything else planned? Have you got any sort of improv to do this weekend? You're gonna maybe satire myself and Siri.
I'm sure.
A bit worried now, aren't we?
If I will, I wouldn't mention it now. But maybe no, I'm joking. So there's no more improv for the moment. We had that last night. Today is we're doing a panel show in Alcuin East Wing, which is it's a combination of lots of different things that you might have heard of. So like Just a Minute. Never Mind the Buzzcocks, and again we've got a panel comprised of York and Lancaster comedy people, which is at 2 o'clock, so in just over 3 hours.
3 hours.
So if anyone hears this and is around at that time, they're not doing much, pop in, totally free show, at a good sort of chance to see comedy from two universities.
And you'll give Alcuin the hype it needs because it's the most dead place.
It is the most dead place. Exactly. Well, this is it because there's so much going on. Like we've been reduced to the depths of Alcuin.
Other colleges, of course, are available at the University of York. Are you impressed by the media? Because you came in this morning, you were amazed by all this, weren't you?
It really is very impressive, Vanessa. I've got a flatmate who's working on
Courtney,
this.
she's behind the camera.
She's behind the camera.
We'll get you on here one day.
That's it, and I've heard a lot about it. I know, I've heard how much work goes into all of this, and having come in, I can see what a lot of effort there is, and it's very impressive. So, thank you very much for inviting me.
No worries. Have we got any reaction to that on social media, Holly?
Yeah, well, it's gone down a storm, I'd say. It's got over 140 likes, so obviously I think that's probably both York students and other people who are finding that funny. I think it's the sort of thing you find funny.
Lancaster would like that.
Yeah,
Anything against York, they'd be straight there, wouldn't they? Yeah.
I think whether you've seen the original or not, it's still just a funny video.
Yeah.
So it's going down a storm, everyone's tagging their friends.
6,500 views.
6,500 views.
Throw that in there.
And did you say it's on YouTube? Yeah.
It's on our so we've got a Facebook page and a YouTube channel. If you just search York Comedy Sock. Recently, I've just become joint content manager with our veteran content manager James Hakeney, and because there's now two of us, we're much more able to put out a bigger degree of content. So this year we're really pushing to put out more stuff that's accessible to people who don't necessarily come to our shows, but maybe after seeing our stuff they might consider coming. So I'll just do a quick plug.
Yeah, I was going to say, feel free to plug. Yeah.
Every Wednesday, VO45, come along. £3, brilliant comedy shows, different every week. You should come along, it's wonderful. And if
these guys can't, they're in Lancaster, but I might pop
We
along.
wouldn't
just come down every Wednesday, seriously, do so. But if not, just check out our YouTube channel.
All right, George, cracking work. Enjoy Roses. Get on the hashtag Roses2017. Right, as we swap guests, I'll just give you a quick update on the Roses that are happening now. You can follow the feed we're following on roseslive.co.uk. So, the Rugby Union men's third. Number 12 for Lancaster was a try saving the tackle. And netball, College League B winners, Anna Wood, some excellent defending from York Forces Lancaster to make some costly mistakes. York are smashing the first quarter. And the Rugby Union men's third so far, 7-0, so that's a try and a conversion so far at the rugby. You can watch it all and listen to it, of course. You are Wire covering it, you're covering it from the... what's your Lancaster station again? Scan and the Scan. Yeah, they're all covering it as well, so all sort of coverage across the weekend. Right, we've got some new guests in. Guys, where are you from? Lancaster, clearly.
Yeah.
So are you student media or?
No, we're the fencing team.
Fencing team, fantastic. So you guys playing today?
Yeah, we are.
What time?
Starting at 12 in the Great Hall, all the way through to 6 o'clock. It's men's first, women's, and then men's seconds.
They're very chill.
Yeah, you seem very calm. Are you confident? Are you going to bring it in for Lancaster, get us some points?
That's the plan.
Good.
What kind of training then for fencing? Because it's quite, you wear the bodysuits, don't you? Is it quite kind of warm in those suits? Or?
Yeah, you quickly find out what it's like to be a Christmas dinner. A lot of leg work, basically, endurance stuff, and then it mixes up depending on what weapon you do. So.
Are they actual swords?
Yeah. Yep.
Have you had injuries before? Or?
Yeah,
quite
a few.
Any that you can share that won't scare our viewers at 11:14 on a Saturday morning?
Nothing really dangerous or anything, just mainly cuts.
Got some bruises.
Cuts to the back of the head sometimes.
I was going to ask, is it a dangerous sport? Because You are sword fighting.
You do pick up some knocks, but
Yeah.
you kind of expect that. With
So why fencing then? So many sports at university, aren't there? Why did you pick fencing?
I'd started a few years before university. It's one of the main reasons I looked around at different universities.
Yeah, to see where you could
Yeah.
continue fencing. So, have you managed to see where you're actually going to be kind of doing the fencing today? Have you been and had a look at the venue? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
So-
do you think of the venue? I mean, this campus is very different to Lancaster.
Yeah.
Very much, yeah.
It's more sort of spaced out, I feel, yeah.
Much larger, yeah. Venues kind of similar to places we've been on the road this year in the league.
Yeah.
So it's not
Is
that
this your first
off-putting.
Roses then, or?
No.
It's my one. His. How many have you been now?
3.
3.
So you were here 2 years ago then. How does it compare this time to 2015?
Not sure. I wasn't fencing in 2015, but
Right.
I'd say the atmosphere on campus and everything's about the same from what
Sounds good.
I remember. I mean,
Yeah.
it's trying to brighten up. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's a good day.
What have you seen so far then of this Roses?
We've not long arrived.
Oh,
so-
you just got here this morning.
Well,
Yeah.
we had a bit of a wander. We've seen tennis, I think netball,
badminton,
badminton.
So much going on today, isn't
Yeah.
there? Guys, best of luck.
Yeah.
And
Thank
of
you.
course, our updates, you can follow the coverage on roseslive.co.uk. We got some cracking selfies came in yesterday.
Yes,
and
we
shall,
did.
when the big screen works later on, we'll show them to you. But hashtag Roses 2017. Let's go back onto the live feed then. Table tennis mixed first. Some dramatic movements from both sides. It's like watching 8 Kate Bushes performing Wuthering Heights in double speed, but the crowd seem to be loving it. That game pretty ferocious. Fast and frantic play from both of the teams. We'll try and get our streams up for you on roseslive.co.uk as and when. Shall we give them a little taste of what's to come for the swimming? Because we were saying
Yes.
our team spent a good few hours last night at the pool at York Sport Village getting ready for that. I think someone had to go in the pool.
Yeah, we do have an underwater camp. So
We had a Speedos person who went
we
in
do.
there. I think it was Robert actually.
Was it?
Robert from the tech
Yeah,
team who
shout
went
out
in the
to
pool
Robert, that
last
dedication.
night. So the shots from swimming today should be fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that kicks off. What time does the swimming kicks off?
At
Just
1
after
o'clock?
lunchtime. 1
Yeah,
o'clock.
1 o'clock.
And they're both worth 4 points each, so a lot to play. Warm up at 12:30, and you can catch that at the York Sport Village pool, which if you get the bus 66 from Campus West, you can get there in 10 minutes. It is a free bus ride if you're watching us on Lancaster. Did you get much reaction to basketball last night? Because my friends were loving the hype.
Yeah,
of
I think
basketball.
the majority of the Lancastrians were just bitterly disappointed. Every single person I spoke to just didn't have anything to say because it was just such a shocking defeat.
Yeah.
It was literally right till the last moment, wasn't it? It was
And we
back
spoke
and
to Jack
forth
Walker.
throughout. Jack Walker, he was
the
not happy.
Lucy Vice President of Activities.
Yeah, was not
And it
too
was his
happy
last
with
ever
the
Roses,
result.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
And he was
so
gutted because
unfortunate, yeah.
Lancaster had it from the start and York just took it back at the end. And for
They
them, it was
did.
absolutely
They
gutting. But
played
the York
so
guy who
well.
came at the end, we had the York number 55. He was so
Yes,
chill
he
about
was.
it. The sweat marks, though, he was sweating.
I
We're
mean,
sweating in the studio, but the heat
It's
in
a
that
different
the
kind.
heat in that arena last night
Yeah.
was quite something. So this is Good Morning Roses on YSTV with Joel Mitchell and Siri Hamperper. You join us on day 2 of Roses, and already so much has gone on, hasn't it,
Yes,
so far?
it has. I mean, the opening ceremony itself was just, that was the highlight so far for me personally.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
I
highlight's
think the
been
highlight
for you.
was the basketball.
Yeah.
And I think seeing your face and the Lancastrians around
Yeah.
me, who were so smug from about halfway through the show.
We're not
And
going to
then
lie.
as
We were
got to
planning
the
on getting
end-
the Lancastrian captain on at the
Yeah,
end.
we had
to
it all set up
interview.
for a Lancaster win.
Yeah.
And
Oh, in that
then in the last couple of
minute.
minutes, it didn't quite happen,
Yeah.
did it? So what strikes me is actually it's a different weighting of the sport. So for example,
Yeah.
debating in the Open, that takes place at Vanbrugh College at 12 p.m. in the VO5 Lecture Theatre. I like how they have to warm up for debating. To get your vocal cords
Exactly.
going.
You've got to get into the mental attitude. We were talking to Fowler, the basketball coach, yesterday.
It's about the psyche, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I think we saw a tweet, actually, an Instagram post from the basketball club York during half time. They were all sat there.
It was the huddle.
Kind of gloomy looking, weren't they? Because they were gutted at how it had
Yeah.
gone up to that point. But we said it was, it was 41-30 going into that third final quarter. They managed to pull it back, 47-47,
Yeah.
with 2 minutes to go. York managed to stop. I think the crowd put off Lancaster with their 2 free shots, and then we got a 3-pointer,
Yeah.
50-47. And hey, York won the basketball. We have some more guests in the studio. Ladies, good morning. What are your names?
Hello, my name's Tara. I'm Shannon.
And what are you here at Roses for then?
We're cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders, so were you there last night?
No.
We saw the performance though.
They were good, weren't they?
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure, isn't it? For them, for those guys.
Opening.
How, because we spoke to them.
Yeah, we did.
And they
We
were
spoke
saying
to
they
the
started in
captain.
September. Is that kind of how long you need to be preparing for that kind of event?
Yeah, we started, obviously we came back to term in October, got our squad together after tryouts, and then we just pretty much started training straight away after that.
Yeah.
Obviously we did like national competitions and stuff, so it was more for that, and then obviously Roses falls right at the end.
Yeah, I mean, Shannon, I know you. You're the diamond.
You know everybody's I
mean,
name
women
dropping here,
cheerleading.
name dropping there, it's ridiculous.
You're the pom dance head coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've recently won a national competition.
We did, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's
Thank
just
you.
important to drop in there.
Yeah,
to
we did.
yours.
We did.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen how hard you've been working. Have you put any extra training in for this competition?
We did quite a few this week, obviously, once everyone came back to term. We're quite hoping that we'll do quite well. We did at comp last time, so just a case of like re-going over everything, practicing, making sure everyone's confident, ready for tomorrow.
Is it the same routine?
Yeah, same routine.
Yeah.
We had 2 girls that couldn't come though, sadly, so we had to like
Oh.
change her routine a little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone had to learn a little bit of a different part. So
Yeah.
Are there different types of cheer then?
There are actually.
Because for the average viewer might not know, so can you give us a little education then, as the ignorant person that I am? So what kind of cheer was on last night?
They had the pom team, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was the pom
team.
dance. So pom dance is just dancing, it's jumps, there's pom-poms involved.
Yeah.
Cheerleading just doesn't generally use pom-poms, we do more stunts.
Right.
And it's more of a focus on the actual dance
Yeah, we
aspect,
do like a
isn't
lot
it?
of actual like more dancing, technique, jumps,
Yeah.
whereas like the stunt teams are the ones that you see throwing everyone up in the air.
It's quite artistic, isn't it?
It is, it is.
Yeah. How do you pick the music choices then? Because they give you the pace, don't they, for your performance?
yeah, she picked all our music and it was amazing. She picked like top like pop songs and like sped them up and. She
We had
did
a
really
right
good with the
boogie
music.
rehearsal. We
yeah,
got there
we were
about 5
dancing a
o'clock
long
and like, we were
time.
kind of nervous, so we were having our own little boogie
Yeah.
on, but like, I can't cheerlead, but I could
We
certainly
can
cut
get
some
you on a
shapes.
team,
That
Joel.
is not happening this weekend, that is not happening.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
the
not-
York cheerleading team are co-ed, so you could obviously join in. We should
I
get
try
that.
many things, but...
Joel tries cheerleading. We should have that as a segment on the show.
Moving on to another question. So is this your first Roses, or...?
It's my second Roses, so my second year. This is
So-
my first away Roses.
Yeah, so how did you find last year?
I absolutely loved last year.
Yeah.
Obviously being at home.
It makes a difference, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
What was your highlight from last year?
Probably just competing.
And winning? Lancaster won.
We did win,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't win your individual event?
No.
Sorry to rub that in. Is this your first Roses, or...?
Yes, I'm an international student.
Oh, okay.
So
Whereabouts are you
I don't
from?
know. I'm from America. I don't know if you can tell.
Which part?
My
I can tell,
accent.
yeah.
I'm
Which
from
part is-
Michigan. So I'm
Okay.
here on an international program, and I thought it was really cool that I didn't know that the UK had cheerleading like so big. It's not
Yeah.
as big as America, but I really like that I got to join her team.
Well,
And
this
made me
is the
feel more at
biggest
home.
inter-varsity competition in Europe, this, between 2 universities. Like, do you have that in the States? Do you have universities
No,
go
we have
against each
American
other?
football and stuff like that, and like basketball, but we don't really have cheerleading competitions like that. So I was super excited. And everyone's like, oh yeah, it's at York, it's not at Lancaster. I was like, well, I get to see another city in
Yeah.
the UK, so I'm happy it's here this year.
And
while
back
I'm
in the
here.
day, York was a massive city in this country. Like, it was like the head of the north,
Yeah.
basically, like the northern capital. Basketball, you mentioned that. It was weird for us to see basketball as the main event, because it is quite American as a sport, isn't it? But it was cracking. Did you see the basketball last night?
No, I saw the pom routine, and then I saw that we were leading by a lot, and I was like, oh, we're going to win at basketball. And then I heard we didn't.
Yeah, it was
It
to
was
the
very
end. It was to
close
the end. Me
throughout.
and
So we were
Siri
sat in our kitchen watching it, and all my housemates who gathered around the live stream on the TV, and we were like cheering them on from behind.
So you saw me and Siri doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
What you didn't see was me getting rather loud and like trying to break into the crowd to get the best Snapchat moment. That bit wasn't shown.
That was so
thankfully.
funny. You were just like, I need to capture this. And you just
So what
went
else
there
have you
with
seen
your
so
camera.
far? Have you got any plans today to go watch sports or?
I think we're going to go and check out, like, obviously just walk around, maybe see the rugby, swimming. We've got a couple of girls who are on the cheer team who are also doing dance today.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to go and go over and support them as well.
Yeah. Final question. You need 183.5 points to win. Do you think Lancaster can catch up, and what do you think the score prediction will be? for the weekend?
I think we can definitely catch up. It's only Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And we've got everything to play for today.
And it's only like, how many points is it away? They're like 8 points? I don't know, maybe.
The current score is 46 York, 36 Lancaster, but...
So 10 points?
Yeah, 10 points.
The rugby's worth 4 points, the
Yeah.
baiting's 4
Yeah.
points, swimming's 4 points.
as
It can
well.
really all
Yeah,
change. And obviously
exactly.
we've got a lot of, at least 140 points to go
Yeah.
over the next 2 days. Well, ladies, enjoy the weekend.
Thank you.
Hopefully
Thank you.
And
We'll
good
see
luck.
some
Thank you.
cheerleading
Thank you.
happening across the weekend. Yeah, so much sport going on. This first is
Yeah.
Pokemon Open,
Pokemon,
but it's worth no
is not-
points.
yeah, for points,
No
unfortunately.
points. Same with football postgrad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of emphasises the fact this is a bit of fun.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
well
It's
as
a light-hearted competition.
yeah, it's a bit of fun for all involved. You can hear the noise from the media room. This
Yeah.
is so much going on.
We're in the
We've
thick
got
of it,
Scan
you
just
know, there's so
outside.
much of a buzz.
URY. Ben Wybrow.
Hello.
Good morning. I've not seen you for a while.
I know, how are you?
How are you? I'm good, thank you.
No,
This
you're
is-
name dropping, John.
I'm name
You
dropping
know
now. We
people.
finally had a person from York on for the balancing this
Best of
show.
friends.
Best of friends. So, is this your first Roses?
No, second.
But your first home Roses?
Yes.
How are you finding it so far? I think York's done well, haven't they, to put this on?
Yeah, it's over 10. I think, how many points are we over?
I think
10
we're
points
46,
in the
36 so far. So currently we are in the lead.
Alright, so it's a pretty happy lead then.
Yeah.
I think and the buzz is insane.
Yeah.
You feel the Roses spirit, which is always quite nice.
Have you seen much of the coverage, or have you been to any of the events so far?
I think I put by American football, which was extremely.
And that was like a
extremely
last-minute
exciting.
win for American football,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Oh, and so loud. It was. I was loving it.
Okay, we're going to get you a iPad. Do get in
Yes.
touch with Ben on social media. The hashtag is Roses2017. And we should stress, actually, this is a massive effort behind the scenes from all the student TV stations in the north. We have them on the background there. LSU TV, LSTV, YSTV, LA1 TV, NASTA and Forge TV. Do get in touch, share your selfies.
Yeah,
We got a
share-
nice selfie, didn't we, last
did.
night?
We should share that.
We
I
should
don't
share
think
that.
We, did.
We shall get that shared. We got a nice picture with the trophy as well.
Yeah.
She's going to tweet it. It is going to get tweeted.
It is.
And of course, we keep forgetting to mention the cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this cup was actually here overnight in the studio with no one watching it. But, you know, this is the 52nd Roses event. And actually, photobomb competition, should we just keep that going?
Yeah, let's
Keep it
that
going. If you come by the studio, we are situated by the U2 building in James College, which is the other side of Greg's Place. Walk past the studio. It's real glass. We're actually in here. Do come
real
by.
people.
The best photo bomb to take place. You can come in the studio and have a nice little pose with me and Siri. We've done our best to dress up today. Hashtag Roses2017. Ben Wybrow.
Yes.
We've got you an iPad. What's going on Twitter?
The men's seconds football is still 1-0, but there's
Okay.
solid pressure from both sides. So it seems like a very, very tight match.
Yeah.
Which should be a good one to listen to. Also, college netball, we've got Alcuin storming ahead. York storming ahead at Alcuin at 15-7.
Okay.
So it sounds like pretty decisive from there. And they're impressed with their usual wit. Have said the Roses, where stakes are high and the hangover is palpable. Which I
Hangover's
think we can all
palpable.
relate to right now.
And a lot of people did go out last night.
Yeah, it was quite busy.
Because was it quite busy last night?
I've heard, yeah, Fats especially.
Oh, so you weren't there?
Oh no, I'm professional, as I'm sure you know.
I don't think we believe you, Ben. Yeah, just quick some score updates then. We are hearing in the football, still 1-0 with York, having the better parts of play. We have an injury in the rugby union men's third. The Lancaster fullback with an outrageous step, and there's an injury there with Lancaster. One of them is going off. Number 11 has gone off injured, but he walks off the pitch apparently like a champ. So fair play to him. Do get in touch, Ben, because it is hashtag Roses2017.
Yes.
What things are you looking for on social media? What kind of things do you want people to be sending in to you?
I want your reactions. I thought we all know the scores. We want to know how you feel about them.
Yeah.
We want the drama. We want to hear you. We want to hear you rage. We want to hear you excited. Well, I want your opinions and some happy gifts if I'm lucky.
We can definitely cover all that, can't
Yes, we can definitely do that, and we can even put our own involvement in there.
we? Yeah, if we maybe get the ball wrong with the hashtags and the selfies. Was that a photo bomb?
Was that a photo
I think we had one.
Are we lucky?
They're on the sesh already. What time is it?
It's never too
11:28
early
on a
during Roses
Saturday
have a
morning.
sesh.
Yeah, I think we forget that we have to be completely
Yeah.
sober doing this, that we can't necessarily have a bit of Dutch courage in the form of a shot
Not even
before we go on air
after.
in the morning. York has taken 2 of 6 matches in the final round of the badminton mix. That's been a pretty tight match this morning, but clearly York taking it there. 2 of 6 matches, all to play for. And the current live score, what do we have in the current live score? I think the magic of social media, just refresh. Still 46-36, but we were saying, you know, the threshold to reach the points is so high that it could all change You can actually listen to some commentary. I'm looking at the commentary in terms of online. ULY are covering the women's football and the badminton mixed, we just mentioned there. York taking 2 of those 6 matches. And Belrig FM are taking the mixed table tennis, which Isaac Beaver, actually, who's our York Sports Union president, is a massive table tenniser. Did you see Isaac's attempt at a 3-pointer yesterday?
I didn't.
So during the half times of the basketball, they were getting the crowd on to win some Q-Jump tickets to the Nights Out, and Isaac was given the chance, and obviously they had 3 shots, and the pressure on Isaac, being the guy who's put all this together, he's the public face of Roses from York, and he got it in first time. But, I mean, would you know how to take a basketball shot?
Not at all.
Apparently there's a certain technique in that it's a kind of...
I mean, I would blame it on my height, but then we spoke to Foley yesterday, who did say it's not about the height.
But we did notice that all the guys were absolutely huge. Like, we did have to actually bend down. So there's a really bad bit on the feed last night where we're chatting to Siri and the York captain, number 55, and we had to sort of bend down.
Yes.
And we all go down, the camera comes down, Holly's camera falls, then we go back up again. It's this wave motion going up and down, isn't it? Let's bring Ben back in for some Roses action. Any more updates on social media, Ben?
I'll tell you what, college netball is getting exciting. We're having shouts of foul, disgusting play as a direct quote. So obviously the nails are out. So I mean, something definitely to tune into and see what's going down.
Yeah, good stuff, Ben. Some score updates coming into us. Rugby Union, the men's thirds from Sam Weston on roseslive.co.uk. York 7, Lancaster 3. Great score from Alex Griffiths, and he is saying, come on the Cats. And the hockey men's third, score update from Annie Crowther. A goal for York, York 1, Lancaster 0. It's all happening, isn't it? And it's only, what, 11:30 in the morning. Hi, what is your name, sir?
I'm Alex Lusty.
Alex, I'm so sorry, Alex. This is the Youth Activities Officer. How are you today?
A bit worse for wear after the basketball.
Yeah,
but,
it was intense, wasn't it?
Really intense, fantastic atmosphere there. Yeah, you can hear my voices gone a bit, but...
Ours was suffering last night as well.
What a fixture and what a way to kick off Roses.
I mean, we spoke to Folo, didn't we, in the afternoon, the York basketball coach, and he sat where you were, he was sat back in the chair, very, very chilled.
He was so
and when we saw him pitch side, courtside, we keep saying pitch, there was a bit more off his feet a bit. Animated. But he was so confident the whole way through, and I guess you have to have that psyche.
Yeah, I mean, you do. It's funny, so if you look at the Bucks league table, we actually, we're a little bit below Lancaster. We weren't necessarily expecting to win.
Our stats weren't great going into that match.
Well, yeah, and just the crowd really got behind the York team, and they played their hearts out, and you can see how much it meant to them after the match. And what's interesting is that you're actually seeing that across a number of fixtures, the home team really being edged on by the crowd. So the American football as well, they came and they played their hearts out, and first ever Roses home win for them, so that was absolutely fantastic to see.
And both matches where York started off behind and managed to catch up.
Yeah, and I think it is about that crowd. It's about the supporters really getting involved, really getting behind their team. Because, I mean, as somebody who's played with support, I tell you, when you're down, when you're under the cosh...
the crowd needs...
They bring you back into it. You want to play for them.
Yeah,
I always wonder, does the crowd not add more pressure? Because you're sort of having to impress all these people and not let anyone down.
The opening ceremony, it's a home fixture. There was a lot more York in there last night, wasn't there?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I guess it would depend on the nature of the crowd. So if the crowd feel a bit anxious, if they're a little quiet, then perhaps that pressure does start to get to you. But then when you are playing with a roaring crowd at your back, it's easier to build momentum. And you saw that last night where York scored something like 12 unanswered points because they had that momentum, but the crowd were just geeing them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard not to be a York supporter in that environment. I was almost starting to cheer on York.
I was talking to Jack, your sports president, is
Jack Walker.
And of course playing in that match. And after him, I just went, commiserations, Jack. You guys played really well. He went, yeah, no, it was great to be a part of a proper fairy tale match. Just a pity we were the bad guys.
Yeah, and we were there obviously as a York student. I know Isaac. Yeah. I do know you, by the way. Just for a second.
Fantastic.
Lost in translation there. Did you see Isaac's attempt at the
I saw
shot?
That. Well, he's not sports president for nothing.
No, but his background is in table tennis, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's table tennis and darts. So funny enough, if you want to see our sport president,
is he playing?
He's playing in darts seconds this afternoon. So if you want to go and support him, feel free to. Heckling is very much recommended.
Bit of pressure. Your activities officer.
Yes.
We've been saying all weekend it's about the Roses community. So there is the sport, but it is more about that. You know, we've had on Comedy Sock. Have you seen the spoof? In fact, you shared it this morning.
Yeah,
I saw it on your Facebook feed.
Yeah, I saw that. That was fantastic. And
that kind of adds to the event, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think one of the best things about Roses is that, I mean, obviously we've got the sport, but it isn't just that. We see everyone getting involved. Comedy Society with a gig last night. We've got Pokemon Society with, I mean, a huge event. It's becoming massive, and of course we've got Fragsock putting on esports this afternoon, which will be very exciting to see. And it's that kind of innovation that I feel societies help to bring to Roses, to make sure that the competition is on the cutting edge, and that we're doing everything we can do to make this not only an excellent competition to perform in, but an excellent spectacle for everyone.
Yeah, and I think we're streaming esports, aren't we, as well?
Yes, we
in
are.
The LMB building on Hes East. Yeah. We were saying earlier on, it must be difficult to actually schedule all these things. I know Isaac's done most of it, but what kind of input do you, Millie, Tamake, and Dom have?
We've been. I'd love to take credit for this, because I mean it's an amazing event. But we've just been there trying to support Isaac as much as possible in doing this. The staff behind the scenes, you'll never see them, but they do so much work, and they are so brilliant and they're really instrumental in putting this together. Because I know Isaac said at the start of the year he wanted to do something different. He wanted to keep it new. And to be honest with you, I was a bit sceptical. I wasn't sure whether he was making changes sake. But seeing the basketball last night, seeing the partnership with Mind, it really is testament to just how visionary he's been and how much has come together.
But obviously that was his manifesto, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I mean, this is his baby. Really, and it's so great to see it come together in such a positive way.
And he's loving it, isn't he? We've seen him about 4 times already. He's loving this weekend.
He's been so busy this weekend.
Oh, he's in his element. Trust me. You're going to see him, and he'll be frowning, looking stressed. But his little baby eyes. He's going to be very pleased with himself.
And obviously you've done Roses before, I imagine. Were you here for the last home Roses?
Yeah, I was here for Roses last time.
What was the atmosphere like then and now? Is it better now?
It was amazing then, but it's better now. I think you can see it in every single way since last Roses. We have upped our game. The trailer, of course, that sort of Game of Thrones feel, that was a step up. The basketball, while the boxing was amazing last time, the basketball was just incredibly intense. Electric,
because
quite.
The pace of it, because it can change, the game can change quickly.
Yeah, and I tell you, I've been at York University with Yusu for 4 years now. And this is the biggest Roses I've ever been a part of. It's always the case of Roses. You'll go around, you'll see sports everywhere, but it's just so saturated this year, and the quality as well.
Yeah.
The quality of the players and the teams is truly impressive.
I think win or lose, you can definitely hold your head high.
Oh, absolutely. All right, but we will win.
Well, I think we will. Finally, score prediction for this weekend.
Oh, I'm gonna say you're gonna have a strong victory, 220. We're going to hit 220 points.
Get on the record, guys. Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. So still a lot to play for in the day as well, and we've got the darts coming up. We mentioned Isaac is going to be competing in that.
Yeah.
That is going to be live streamed during the day, and
swimming.
as we've mentioned, it's the water sports. So we've got the swimming and water polo, which is later on in the evening. But plenty.
And I think actually on rosealive.co.uk the darts is being streamed now. They were warming up for the darts second team about 10 minutes ago, so that should be kicking off. And a full day of darts. So get your pint, get in the Roger Kirk Centre, and have a good day for that. As we said, social media, we're across that hashtag Roses 2017. And that's it for the Glassbox studio for this morning. And Good Morning Roses, kind of like brunch Roses now, isn't it?
Brunch Roses.
We're going to have some food. See you soon. Stay tuned on rosealive.co.uk. I'm Joel Mitchell, and she's Miss Siri Hammerpaw. Bye bye.
Thanks.